Hey everybody, we're going to be going ahead and doing yet another John Scrub Guide 2. This one is going to be a Scrub Guide to Thrall. He is one of my favorite heroes to play. He is an assassin, and he is a little bit squishy, but also very good at self-healing, which makes him feel kind of like a warrior as well, and also kind of like a support, and also kind of like a specialist. He's kind of a slight jack of all trades, at least with how he feels, not in actual performance. So let's get right into Thrall's abilities. I'm actually going to go ahead and take my first talent while I talk about these, because the first talent that I like to take actually improves as you kill minions, which is an important thing, and that is the Seasoned Marksman, which is for every 6 enemy minion or mercenary kills near your hero, you gain 1 basic attack damage. Hero takedowns count as 2 minion kills. So basically this slowly builds as you play Thrall if you choose this talent, and it makes him an absolute powerhouse in the late game. I like it more than any of the other talents. We'll go through them real quick just so you can see them. Block periodically reduces damage received from hero basic attacks by 50%, stores up to 2 charges. Rolling Thunder increases Chain Lightning's range by 30%. Attacking enemies recently hit by Chain Lightning restores 10 mana. And Rabid Wolves, damaging heroes with Feral Spirit, grants 3 stacks of Frostwolf Resilience. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and toggle minions while we talk about Thrall's abilities, and that way I can start building him up as we go through. So first off, let's go ahead and take a look at Chain Lightning. This is a 40 mana, 6-second cooldown skill, deals 67 damage to an enemy and half that amount to 2 nearby enemies. So, as you can see, it arcs. It's got a small little cooldown, which makes it somewhat spammy. It's a pretty nice ability. It's a very good opener for getting close, or if you're trying to hang back a little bit. There are builds for Thrall that focus more on his Chain Lightning ability. This is not going to be one of those builds. I like using a Wind Fury build for Thrall. It's one of the most satisfying builds I have found in the game for him. So that's how I like to do it. That's how I roll. So that is his Q ability. Let's go ahead and take a look at his W. And get away from Arthas so he doesn't beat me up while I read this. Feral Spirit is a 60 mana, 12-second cooldown. Sends out a Feral Spirit that deals 50 damage to enemies in its path. Upon hitting an enemy hero, the wolf stops and roots that hero in place for 1 second. So, one thing you will notice about Thrall is he doesn't have a very good escape. He kind of has 2 semi-escapes, is kind of what he has. And one incarnation of that is this wolf. Now, I'm not saying you should use it as an escape. It is definitely a stun if you have an enemy that's on the run. We'll see if we can get Arthas to run here and see if we can hit him with it real quick. Come on, Arthas. Run away. Run away like a coward. Well, I think this is just the computer in the test environment being the computer in the test environment. Oh, there we go. Now he runs. So anyway, you can use it to root an enemy that's running away. You can also use it if you're being chased. You can real quick fire it behind you as an escape. It's pretty versatile. If you have the mana, you can kind of waste it by throwing it through a line of minions. But I like to save it for stuns, for when it's kind of important to hit an enemy with it. I think that's a better place for it. But, you know, that's the use for it. It is difficult to hit. It doesn't have an insane range, and it has a very narrow path. So it is a skill shot to get down, and kind of a tough one. But if you master it, you will be getting takedowns very easily. Let's also take a look at his E ability. This is what our build is actually going to be centered around, and that is Wind Fury. It is a 65 mana, 12-second cooldown. It increases your movement speed by 30% for 4 seconds. Your next 3 basic attacks occur 100% faster. So this will give you a very nice boost damage, which we'll show by hitting Arthas real quick. See, 3 quick regular attacks. You can see kind of the speed of his regular hit. Goes much faster with Wind Fury. It's got a pretty quick cooldown. It can also be used as something of an escape because it does speed him up, so if you've got enemies chasing you, you can activate it, go until the speed wears off, and activate your mount and get out of there. So it's another good way to escape. You can also combine it with the wolf if you really need a good way to get out of danger fast. So that's what the build's going to be focused around. Let's go ahead and take a look at his combat trait. This is what makes him so fun to play, in my opinion. He is not a hero that's going to have to go to the healing fountains very often, and that is because of Frost Wolf Resilience. Dealing damage with abilities grants 1 stack of Frost Wolf Resilience. At 5 stacks, you are instantly healed for 150 health. So he has a built-in self-heal just by using his special attacks. And you can see your Frost Wolf Resilience build up over here. You can see getting some as I use these special abilities. Now, that lightning, boom, I just got a heal by using that lightning. And it kind of generates over time, and you'll just see Thrall get a bunch more health as we go. So he self-heals, which I love. So now let's go ahead and take a look at talents. As you saw at the beginning, I went ahead and already picked my first one. We're going to go ahead and level Thrall all the way up to 20 here. Alright, now once again I'm going to be showing you my build for Thrall. I'm not going to claim that this is the best build. I'm not going to claim that this is a competent build. This is a Scrub's guide to Thrall, and so this is a Scrub build, but I do like it an awful lot. So we've already picked our first level talent. Let's go ahead and look at the level 4 talent. We've got Ride the Lightning, which chain hits more enemies, Spirit Journey, which increases the Feral Spirit range. You've got Frost Wolf Resilience, also restoring mana, and Envenom. Now, I like the Envenom talent, but not for this build. I like to take Mana Tide and have a way for Thrall to also generate mana through his trait, Frost Wolf Resilience. And I like it because Frost Wolf Resilience is what heals you over time as you're battling without having to run back to a healing pool. So if you can get a way to get mana back as well, that really, really helps Thrall out. And this will go ahead and mean every time you're getting that health back, you're also getting a little bit of mana back. It's not a ton, but it'll help. For my 7, I like to immediately take the reduced cooldown for Wind Fury. Like I said, this is a Wind Fury build, so we're going to go ahead and take that, which shortens its cooldown significantly. Now, for his ultimate, I always take Sundering. I'm a huge fan of it. It's really useful in a lot of situations. I have not messed much with Earthquake. If you prefer Earthquake, I would say you could go ahead and still take that with this build, but my personal preference is Sundering. For 13, Wind Fury granting double Frostwolf Resilience sounds pretty good to me. Once again, we're trying to really rank up or, get Wind Fury as a super powerful move. And so that's what we're going to take for that. And 16, Tempest Fury, we are going to go ahead and take that to go ahead and increase the strength of the final strike in Wind Fury. Now, the interesting thing for this build of Thrall is that typically I like to take whatever enhances my ultimate. I actually don't think World Breaker is all that great, and as a result it gives us two different options for kind of our max level storm talents. Let's get Thrall out of here real quick. So as you can see, I had mentioned that cranking up that Wind Fury really does a lot of damage with Thrall. And you can see how quick he took down that level 20 Arthas and got him out of there. So, you've got a couple options. You can take World Breaker. I don't think it's super great. It looks cool, but it's not my favorite. Nexus Blades, basic attacks deal 20% more damage and slow the target for 1 second. Because our basic attacks are enhanced by Wind Fury, that will benefit and will make Thrall stronger. But you can also add a teleport if you want to give Thrall some added mobility with Bolt of the Storm. I have seen people use Bolt of the Storm and really do some serious damage to me as a result. I was trying to get away, they teleport right next to me, and next thing I know, I've got a Wind Fury Thrall beating me up. So I'm going to actually go ahead and take Nexus Blades for my level 20 talent, and Arthas is working on our keep, so why don't we show how well Thrall can push back here by actually joining and participating in the fight. Once again, you can see how quick he just cuts through an enemy hero. And his mana regenerates pretty quick, which is key. I guess we should also show his ultimate. It's a great ability for large groups of enemies. Good way to stop them. And again, Thrall self-heals, so you can see I'm going toe-to-toe with this tower right now, and I am able to do that because he's getting health back every time the Frostwolf Resilience hits a certain point. With the talents that we've chosen, he's getting more every time he uses Wind Fury, which is on a very fast cooldown. Which allows him to just kind of go in, do what he needs to do, and take people out like crazy. We'll just go ahead and end this trial match here. Arthas will go back, let him try and heal, do whatever he's got to do. In that, we'll take down this fountain just cuz. And so that's Thrall. That's the build I like. It turns him into just an absolute beast, which I really, really like. Go ahead and end it with a slash dance. There are a lot of different ways you can spec Thrall. I've tried using a Chain Lightning build. That's also satisfying in some different ways. But this is the one I really like. It makes you feel like the War Chief. So good on Thrall. We're gonna ride this weird dinosaur thing out of here. And thank you everybody for checking out another John's Scrub Guide.